There is definitely a right way and a wrong way to write a Pinterest description. And one of the things we talk about here a lot on the channel is making sure that you have a bunch of keywords in your Pinterest description. But one of the things that you don't want to do is keyword stuff your descriptions. And basically that just means taking it a little too far with the keywords and putting way too many of them in hopes that you can rank on one of those keywords. That's really not what you want to do when you are writing a Pinterest description. One of the ways that used to work on Pinterest that you can keyword stuff your descriptions is just putting keyword after keyword after keyword separated by commas or dashes or something at the bottom of your description. It's almost like adding tags to your description. This used to work before, but Pinterest decided that this is pretty spammy, and it definitely is, so it no longer works on Pinterest anymore, and it's not something that you want to do. One of the things that you do want to do, however, is actually use keywords in your description, but there is a right way to do it and a wrong way. The wrong way is what we just described. The right way would be to add keywords in sentences. You can still add a bunch of keywords to your pin descriptions, although I would roughly stick to 2 to 3 keywords because you really don't need more than that. You basically just want to write sentences with those keywords that would make sense to a reader who's trying to figure out what your blog post is about. And if you have more than 2 or 3 keywords that you want to target with a blog post or a pin, you can always switch up the keywords with the next pin. So for example, let's say you have one pin about personal development and you have 3 keywords you want to hit for that one. If you want to pin that same link again, you can use 3 separate or different keywords for that pin as well, because of course you can pin your links as many times as you want onto Pinterest, and you can always target different keywords for different pins even if they're the same link. Hopefully that makes sense. Another old strategy and something that you don't want to do anymore is using hashtags on Pinterest. This used to be something they were pushing back in the day, but it's no longer something that works. It is an outdated strategy that you want to stop doing. And it would make sense why you would think that hashtags would increase your reach on Pinterest, because it works that way on Twitter, it works that way on Instagram, but it doesn't work that way on Pinterest, at least not anymore. Because if you think about it, have you ever clicked on a hashtag on Pinterest? Because I know I haven't. But on Twitter or Instagram, I've definitely clicked on hashtags. Another thing that you don't want to do on Pinterest is using the same description over and over and over again. What I tend to do with my Pinterest pins is I will use the same description for the week, and then I will switch it up for the next week. You don't want to use the exact same description over and over again, because that's not very helpful. It's not going to help you rank or try to rank for any other keywords, because you're using the exact same description, and that's not what Pinterest considers to be a fresh pin. I've talked about fresh pins a lot here, and pretty much it just means that you need a new link, a new pin, a new title, and a new description, and that is what is considered a fully fresh pin. Now, if you use the same description once or twice, or you switch them out really consistently, there's no harm, I don't think at least, in using a description more than once, but you definitely don't want that to be the only description that you are using. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to completely use a totally new description or completely use totally different keywords. You can pretty much say the same things in your description as long as you change them up just a little bit. You don't need a totally brand new description. You can still have roughly the same thing. You just don't want it to be the exact same every single time. But I hope you enjoyed this super quick video. I hope it was helpful. And if you want to check out any more of my longer Pinterest content, you can check out the last video that I posted right here. Make sure to like and subscribe down below if you're new here, because it really helps me out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.